I have found programs this week. Some states are giving out thousands of dollars to low-income families, and I can't wait to tell you all about that. There's even one program that is offering $100,000 for first-time homebuyers. It's amazing. I'm Nicole from Low Income Relief, and this is our weekly resource recap. We're going to be talking about programs that will give you cash, give you free laptops. We're going to talk about amazing new affordable housing opportunities, incredible new grant programs, and so much more. So be sure to stick around, and if you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel so you never miss another chance to save money and get free stuff. Now, if you're new here, I just want to explain for a moment that you can find all of the original sources for everything I'm going to tell you about today, as well as the application links on my website at lowincomerelief.com/news. You just need to click on that first article. The image for it should match the thumbnail for this video so that you know you're in the right place. And that will give you all of the links to the original reporting that I found. Okay, so before we dive into those sweet cash assistance programs, I want to get the bad news out of the way first. There have been some issues with the new student loan repayment program, or at least there's a fear that there will be. A group of senators, including Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, wrote a letter to the U.S. Education Secretary this week, expressing concern that borrowers might have their credit scores impacted if they try to use President Biden's new Easy Student Loan Repayment On-Ramp program. This program is supposed to protect you by making sure that those companies don't report any missed payments. But we all know that things don't always go quite according to plan with government programs, especially when they're new. So if you are using this, you need to be aware that you should be monitoring your credit just to see if there's any impact there. The senators have asked for a bunch of data. They're going to look into it, but all of that takes time. So be proactive, keep an eye on your own credit score, and remember, you can always call our sponsor, Care Connect USA's Student Aid Relief Line at 888-201-0431 if you need help reducing or managing your student loan payments. Okay. Now that the bad news is out of the way, let's talk about those cash programs because I am really excited about some of the stuff I found this week. So if you're a low-income person in Washington state, you can expect a check to show up in the mail very soon. Attorney General Bob Ferguson recently took some large chicken and tuna companies to task over a price-fixing scheme, and he's distributing that money from that lawsuit to low-income families in the state. If your household income is at or below 175% of the federal poverty level for your household size, you can expect part of this to show up for you too. The checks will be worth $50 for individuals or $120 for families with at least 2 people in them. The first round of checks were issued this week, so they could show up anytime. All of those checks will be sent by the end of the month. If you don't have yours by about mid-January, I would recommend that you check the state's refund check website at refundcheck.atg.wa.gov so that you can claim yours. That claim period will be open for about 6 months. Now in West Virginia, over 1,000 families may be eligible for up to $2,000 from West Virginia American Water Company. This is for people who were impacted by last month's Mountaineer gas outage. You have to file the claim in person by December 15th, or you can call 800-243-2490 to get started. It's not 100% clear exactly how much they're going to pay for this, but in a hearing with the Public Services Commission, WVAWC President Robert Burton said they were prepared to pay up to $2,000 per household. You do need to remember, though, that taking this money now could prevent you from participating in a class action lawsuit later, so you need to decide which option is better for you. And speaking of class action settlements, there are a bunch of them with deadlines coming up. For example, this is your last chance to get $50 if you bought a Chico Kid Fit booster seat. This week, we're also going to hit the deadlines for the Salud Family Health Data Breach Settlement, the Hefty or Great Value Recycling Bag Settlement, and the Crunchyroll User Privacy Settlement. I've talked about all of these before, but if you bought recycling bags at Walmart or you watched videos on Crunchyroll, you might be eligible for some cash, but you need to claim these things before December 12th, or you will miss out. Now, there are some new ones I haven't told you about yet as well. If you bought Woolite laundry detergent with Color Renew between February 2017 and May 2020, between February 2017 and May 2023, you could be eligible for some money. There's data breach settlements for Magellan, Metromile, and HealthNet that are open for claims as well. Oh, and I love this one. If you bought an item from Ashley Furniture between March 2017 and March 2022, you're probably eligible for this. This is one of those stores that always says everything is on sale when it's really not. Their prices are just marked up so crazy high that they can claim everything is discounted when it's regular price. I know because I used to shop there and it made me so mad every time. Anyway, if you bought an item from them during those dates, you may be eligible for some cash back if you file your settlement claim by December 23rd, 2023. Now, speaking of upcoming deadlines, that $10,000 SKIP grant closes on December 15th. If you have a small business or a side hustle that you want to grow, it only takes a few minutes to apply for this grant. Our sponsor SKIP has other grants ranging from $1,000 to $10,000 available right now too. You can apply for those by claiming your free SKIP account at lowincomerelief.com/skip. But wait, we're not done. We've got a few more cash programs to go over, a whole bunch of housing resources for you, including one program that's offering that $100,000. And we've also got some freebies we're going to talk about as well, so don't go anywhere just yet. The Guaranteed Income Program in Long Beach, California is expanding to include another 200 households. They're giving away $500 a month for an entire year to 200 more people. Applications for that are going to open in January, and those payments are expected to begin in the spring. So make sure that you keep tabs on the Long Beach Pledge website for those details. Now in Idaho, there are two programs that you need to know about. Idaho Launch can provide up to $8,000 toward tuition and fees for students who are going to graduate in 2024. Now, it doesn't matter if they go to public school, if they're homeschooled, if they're getting a GED, doesn't matter. If you have a child graduating this year, you just need to apply at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. And while you're at it, don't forget the Empowering Parents Grant is also still open for Idaho families. You can score up to $3,000 from that. It's like $1,000 a kid with a $3,000 max. You just need to go to empoweringparents.idaho.gov to claim that. Now in Oklahoma, parents can now apply for up to $7,500 per child. This money can be used to pay for tuition or expenses at private schools. You can apply online using the Parental Choice Oklahoma website. Nebraska's school choice voucher program is also proceeding despite the opposition that it's facing. You can fill out the pre-qualification questionnaire at nebraskaopportunity.org. If you're eligible, you will be notified when those applications are officially open. Oh, and don't forget that it's LIHEAP season basically everywhere right now. Although some states are closing those applications very soon. In fact, I think Kentucky closes theirs this week, so you need to act fast. If you meet the income requirements, you can get a grant to help with your utility costs. This is especially important in states like Connecticut and Virginia, where we've been warned that rates are going to be increasing sharply around the start of the year. You need to apply and get this assistance. Even if you're not eligible for LIHEAP, your utility company may have other programs that can help you. For example, NIPSO, is that what it's called? Has programs that help low-income seniors, veterans, and families get up to $400 toward their utility bills. Energy Share of Wyoming can provide up to $500 toward your utilities. Maine also has updated their arrearage management program so that it can help more people. Instead of only being able to get help from this program once in your entire life, you can now use it once every 7 years. You can also miss up to 2 payments and continue receiving those benefits, which forgive all of your past due balance as long as you stay on time. Oh, and I know this one isn't exactly cash, but it's kind of cool. Kansas is slashing their food tax on January 1st. It will drop to just 2% in 2024, and that tax will be completely eliminated in 2025. This should help families in Kansas afford more food. Okay, so now let's talk about some exciting new housing options as well. There are a ton of these this week. Housing prices are crazy lately, and that means that down payments are also crazy. Home lender New Res is changing all of that with their new mortgage loan program called ResSource. With ResSource, your down payment only has to be 1% of the home price. That means that a $400,000 home only needs a $4,000 down payment instead of an $80,000 down payment. Their program also allows you to use gifts, government assistance programs, and more to come up with that money. In fact, they'll contribute up to $5,000 toward the purchase of your home as well, depending on the cost. NewRez provides home loans in most, if not all, states, so be sure to check that out if you are interested. And if you think that's great, listen to this. This is one of my favorite things that I found this week. Palm Beach County, Florida is giving out $100,000 each to 100 families who want to purchase their own home. This money is available for first-time home buyers who meet income limits. Those income limits are based on the area median income, and so they are very generous. A single person who earns $95,480 a year could qualify for this. A couple can earn over $109,000 a year. A family of 4 can earn over $136,000 a year and still get this. It's crazy. The catch is that you have to attend a virtual event on either December 14th or December 20th, so you need to reach out right away. Only the people who attend those events will receive an invitation to apply. You can register at discoverpbcgov.org/HED. Now in Utah, Governor Cox has announced that he wants to build 35,000 starter homes within the next 4 years. These homes will be a mix of condos, townhomes, and detached single-family homes. In order to make this happen, he wants to increase the housing density in many areas. A local builder spoke to KUTV2 and said that they could sell their homes $100,000 cheaper if they could just build more homes on each lot. This is a pretty common complaint nationwide, which is why Austin, Texas recently approved a proposal to increase density in their area. Builders there can now construct up to 3 homes on just about any lot where they could normally only build 1. This will allow more duplexes and triplexes to be built, which should increase the amount of housing opportunities available in that area. Now, these aren't the only creative housing solutions that I'm seeing either. In South Carolina, one lawmaker has introduced an interesting proposal that would allow churches and nonprofits to build homes on their properties for low-income families without jeopardizing that organization's tax-exempt status. In Utah, a program called Self-Help Homes is looking for families who want to own their own homes, and they're willing to work hard for it. This program will let you buy a home with just $750 as a down payment, as long as you spend at least 35 hours a week working on the property and meet other eligibility requirements. They are currently building homes in Hurricane. If you're interested, visit the Self-Help Homes website for more information. Now, if you already own your own home, please don't forget about those homeowner assistance programs that I've been telling you about recently. California's program is still open, and it can provide up to $80,000 towards your past due mortgage or taxes. The deadlines for this program are different in every area, but some of them are coming up fast. The program in Guam ends in just a few days. This is a huge amount of money that is available, so please act fast before that money disappears. Of course, there's loads of programs out there that can help renters as well. Low-income seniors may be able to get up to $500 a month toward their rent for an entire year through the new Senior Rental Assistance Program in Miami, Florida. This program will help those who are at least 62 years old and have a household income that is 50% or less of the area median income. About $8 million was set aside for rental assistance in Austin, Texas. This fund can also be used to pay for moving costs, storage, and relocation costs as well. You can apply for this program. It's called I Belong in Austin at austintexas.gov/rent. Massachusetts is making some major changes to the way their Section 8 program works. This program will allow the fair market rent to be determined by zip code instead of region, which means that some vouchers will become more valuable and other vouchers may become less valuable. The good news is that as long as you're currently renting a home, your voucher will not be impacted until you move. As soon as you move out, those changes will take effect and the value of your voucher may change. We found other housing assistance news in Alaska, Guam, Iowa, Ohio, and Tennessee as well. The update for Nevada was not awesome because there are some landlords in the state legislature that are fighting against just about every housing proposal that is brought up there, and it's very frustrating. Okay, so before we go, I just want to talk about some cool freebies and giveaways that we found as well. Delete the Divide is giving away free laptops in Los Angeles County, California. There will be 50 laptops available for pickup on a first-come, first-served basis at the New Carson Library on December 21st at 1 p.m. Veterans in the area can also register for one of 1,000 laptops that will be given away at deletethedivide.org. Wisconsin passed the Free Driver's Ed grant bill, which is great news. Students who qualify for the National School Lunch Program will be able to get vouchers that can help pay for driver's ed when they become old enough to start driving. In Colorado, Summit Community Care is providing free and low-cost dental work for low-income seniors in that area. They can do everything from exams to dentures, as long as you are at least 60 years old and earn 250% of the federal poverty level or less. In New Jersey, a free preschool program at Montclair Public School District is expanding in this coming year. Applications for that program will open on January 12th, and that's for 3- and 4-year-old students. Okay, I hate to end on a negative note, but I guess I forgot some bad news earlier in the beginning. Vermont's Crop Cash program is being paused until April because they overspent their budget by a lot this year. So that's a big bummer. And as we wrap up here, I need to share something personal with you guys. I am really grateful for the incredible community that we have built together, and your support means the world to me. The fact that you're watching this video is why I get to make these videos. But I need you to understand something. I have started getting absolutely bombarded with messages asking for money or gifts. And while my heart goes out to each and every one of you, and I honestly wish more than anything that I could help everybody, the reality is that I just can't. I've got my own financial challenges. My own kids are only getting like one little gift each this year too. I've taken on a second job recently as well. We all have stuff, and I am just a person with a very small media company. I'm not a big nonprofit or charity, so that I can't run these things at that scale that like the Salvation Army or Toys for Tots can. Now, I'm happy to come on these videos every week and tell you about all of the resources I've found, which do include a lot of Christmas giveaways and resources. You should go check out that article I told you about because there's a lot in there. But I can't give you money or gifts directly, so I just need you to know that because I would very much like for those messages to stop. My phone just keeps blowing up, and a lot of people are very mad at me, and that sucks, but you know, I'm doing what I can do here, so hopefully that's good enough. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. Make sure you go check out our recent video on how to get help with your car payments. If you are struggling financially, we've got a lot of videos with a lot of resources in them that can help, and I will